Hi, my name's Simeon Chien, and today I'm going to be talking about how I mix and master my recordings after they are finished. So here today what I've done is that I've recorded a new song, which is from my new album called Autumn Trees That Fall. It's my 10th solo album of 2021. And what I've done is that I've recorded these onto Pro Tools, and so far as you can see what I've done, I'll just play this back to you. Obviously there's nothing done on the piano yet, but what you see here, if I show you this console, is that I've edited the drums and the bass so far. This channel's going in the, let me just move this window up a wee bit. This channel is going in the order that a normal channelist would normally go in, as you can see. So I've started off with the drums. The reason why I've not put all the separate parts is because I was using an electric drum kit. Because what it does is that records all the parts in it, so you don't have the hassle of miking all the parts up. And then obviously I've got my bass that's already been edited. So firstly what I do is that after adding all these in, recording these, I included, this is a auxiliary reverb track. So this is my headphones track, which I've got a reverb unit on. I'll just let you see it. So that's my reverb unit at the settings at which it's not too heavy at, because I didn't want all my bus sends to be too heavy on the reverb. And I've given it a mono bus, just so that there's that just means that this is the only path. This is just the main path that everything else will be able to go through via stereo bus, if I'm right in doing that. And then last but not least, I've also got the master, which I'll come to last. So just now what I'm going to do, I've already edited my bass and my drums and they're panned in the middle. So if I do my guitar, for example, we give it some EQ. So we're going to give it an EQ unit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn these input and output levels halfway, so it's not too loud at the moment. Then I'm going to set my low frequency. I'm just going to cut the low frequency just a wee bit. Not too much, but just a little bit, which just by which there's not too much low end in it. And then I'll normally like my mid frequency up just a tiny bit, so it's a little bit boosted. Normally when it comes to guitars, I'll just boost the high frequencies up. So this is my high mid frequency. This is a high frequency. So this is where you're talking around 6 kilohertz for that one. And then here's my high pass filter. I just only put just a tiny wee bit of that on. So maybe about, I think what would be enough is, that's nearly 21 hertz. And then on the low frequency, again, tiny wee bit of it. However, that's going to be the opposite way around, so let's cut a wee bit. So here we're at, actually maybe I'll just cut it down a wee bit. Okay, so we're at 18.52 kilohertz, as you can see. So it's not too heavy, which is good. So now I'm going to bring my input and output levels back up. Just make sure that this LED's hitting the middle. We don't want it to hit it all the way at the top, because these red LEDs will illuminate, which will warn me that I've put too much level on. So that's my EQ. Vice versa, it'll be it'll be low frequency will be boosted on the bass, which I normally prefer, and on drums and vocals it'll be both the low and high frequencies will be boosted, with the mid frequencies being cut. Now, nextly is my compression. Now, this is another dynamic effect. EQs and compressors are dynamic processing effects. So what we do is set these halfway. Attack, release. Ratio is normally just a wee bit. And then, that's it, already finished. I'm just going to bring it back to the... Right, so normally I'll have my gain at around up to there, nearly a quarter of the way, but not too much. Because if you set that gain halfway up, it's gonna, again, this LED is gonna hit the red lights, and it'll mean it'll be too loud. So I'll have a quarter. So now I'll have a quarter of the frequencies on it. So you can hear it's got a good balanced frequency. It's not too much at the same time as well. So just keep it nice and clean. So here we are routing it. So this is going to get a stereo bus because that's my input and output level. And then I'm going to send that to mono bus 7. And then that goes all the way to the reverb channel, telling the signals to go all the way to the reverb. Now I'm going to pan that one to the right, so that's going to come out here. It's coming out through this speaker here. And I'm going to bring it down a wee bit. So channel strip that. Then I'm going to switch off the solo button. So you can hear, you can't really hear it yet, so I've done everything else. The same thing will go with this other one, which is my acoustic guitar, so that'll be the same thing. And then the panning will apply to the piano and the keyboard as well. Now on vocals, just let you hear the vocals. We do the same thing here. So normally just set these, so just setting these just at around both low and high. Mid frequency's been cut. Just trying to get it to, that'll do. That's good. And then that's the high frequency, sorry. And just give it the high pass and low pass. So we're basically doing the same thing here with everything else, as you can see, except that on the vocals, what I'm going to add is a reverb unit. So give that compression. I'm just basically doing the same thing here as what I've done on the guitar. I'm just going to bring it back here because I'm not singing it that bit. So that's good. Now here we're going to add our reverb unit to it. So it's a bit echoey at the moment, so I'm going to have it on room 1 and medium, because room reverb's normally a bit gentle. Then if I set my mix, I'm going to have it at 40%, so it's not too heavy. And I'm just going to have it, this is the same settings I have around for on the auxiliary tracks. It's not too heavy at the same time. Except I normally like my gain at around -3 decibels. And then we just do the same thing here on my bus. So we route that, so this is from stereo bus 13 to 14 to mono bus 17. And then put that in the middle. And then the vocals are normally a bit louder, so that's so that the vocals are more clearer. Now lastly, as you can see here, we've got a master track, which will do the same thing, but if you look at the end here, I have these markers here to tell it when to fade out. So if I drag that down, and then if you watch this towards the end, this is automatically fading it out for me. But that's not quite ready yet, so I've got my plugins in at the moment. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.